And if we think about life as a school, they are overseeing all the lessons that we came here to learn. And what's really fascinating about them is so often people think of them as being big and bombastic, or like, coming in like that bolt of lightning, or like these big dramatic moments. And that has not been my experience. Between my primary guide and the guides that I've done, that I've come across for the people I've done readings with, they often come in more as the strong silent type, right? More of that silent partner, that's just quietly overseeing things from the corner. And so to really adjust our expectation that, I'm laughing as I'm thinking about, like from the Greek god perspective, like Zeus and this big booming, all-knowing force. They're like that, but it's not quite as dramatic as that. It's often more subtle and simple. And I gave a couple of archetypes, right? They might be like the chairman of the board. And if you've ever worked for a company, you might not have ever even met the chairman of the board if you've worked for a company, right? Like if you're thinking about school, they're not one of the teachers. They're more like the dean, right? Who often too, you might not interact with on the day to day. I had one woman who her guide came through as like the mafia boss, right? Like that sat in the back corner of the Italian restaurant and just was making sure stuff was happening, but was not the one that was front and center. And these are just to give you some ideas and some archetypes of what we might be working with. But yeah, that their job is just simply to make sure you're learning what you signed up to learn as you got here, to when you came into this 3D world. So, but as we're heading in today, I actually want you to do a big eraser and let go of expectations, right? Like I really want you to let go of an idea of how it is you think that they should show up, with the idea that we're opening up the possibility that you are already interacting with them on a day-to-day basis. And it's more just about uncovering how it is you are already partnering with them. Because, right, like we'll talk a little bit more about this. Some people see, some people hear, some people feel, some people experience synchronicities and, sort of like the miracle approach, right? There is no one right way to be partnering with your primary guide.